Here to talk about his experience is Mr. Felix Mickus. I'll let him introduce himself.
Well, my name is Felix Mickus. I born in Lithuania, Vareikė, and when they start to occupy Lithuania, we decided to go out, but not every one of my family could do that. But I have a chance. First, I went out 1944 in the springtime to Germany. Later on, in Germany, we stayed many young people, mostly students, and we wait till the war comes to the end. 1945, the war was ended, and we was in the P camp. The P camp was not the easiest way to live, but anyway, we lived till 1948.
And then you emigrated.
1948, we emigrated to Canada. About the Canada,
Hold on a minute. Let me get some idea of why you left Lithuania. Make that a little bit more clear.
the Lithuania, everyone that time want to left because we know from when the Russia occupied Lithuania 1939, and was really changed the time. Is everything gone from the stores, from all over, from the farms in 3 months time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing left, even, and was really hard time.
Mm-hmm.
And they start to take the people to Siberia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is we scared that. And first they took the best educated people, the army officers, teachers, lawyers, judges, and ministers. And we was really in bad shape, and everyone wanted to go out. And where you have to go? This is not a joke. And later on, we have a chance. The 1944, that was the best because the Germans come back, from the front.
They were retreating.
Yes.
So you went with them.
And we go together most. It was really hard. Time was mostly with the food, but in Germany was better than those people who get in Siberia. In Siberia, they don't have a food, and they don't have even where to live. We have a food, not much, but anyway, we get some. Later on, when the war finished, we waiting to emigrate someplace, and everybody from DP camps want to go anywhere in the world, but not back in Lithuania.
Mm-hmm. Where the Soviets still were.
Well, when I was in school in Lithuania, I learned a little bit about Canada. And another way, I have a uncle in Canada, and I emigrated to Canada. It was hard, but the first emigration was to the bush.
To work in the bush. So you came on a labor contract.
Yes.
You were selected for a labor contract?
Yes, the people came, special people, the commissions.
To the camp?
To the camp, and they look for young, strong men, to come to Canada, and to work.
So how did they know you were strong?
And sometimes they touch the muscles. I don't have a big muscles, but was young, energetic, man. And always I have a good smile. And they like me, and like other people, they like. And we waiting in, after when we pass, those, the contracts.
So you had an exam for that?
Yes, we pass the doctors, all immigration, what they need, the papers, and we start to go, and we go to transfer camps, and in the transfer camps we was from October till February. Was in there, was not bad. We have lots of young people, was thousands of them, in all kinds of work in Canada. And after that, they start to take us to the ships to transport us to Canada. I and another, my 29 altogether of us, was like four workers, how they call. And one day earlier, we had been to ship to the boat, and the boat was General Sturgis.
Oh yes, I have pictures of that.
It's for the army.
It was an army boat.
Army yes.
Transport.
Yes.
In which you came to Canada.
Yes. Was really, really nice, but before we went to the boat, was like a panic in the camp. We stay in Priest Sharka office, and some people came and they was really, really in bad shape, and says the Russian coming here and all camp they takes to Russia. We scared that time, everybody, all camp. Panic was really bad, and everyone, how they can, go to the ship first, I was in that, like, we was 7 or 8? Volunteers, yeah. We was 29 volunteers, and we get a chance to go first in the ship. 24 hours earlier.
Because volunteers in the Lithuanian army, you said?
No, volunteers in the ship to work.
Oh, I see, because you had already signed up.
Yes.
So these people were all trying to sign up because they were panicked.
Right.
Oh, I see.
And we want to work any job.
Anything to get away from the danger of being taken back.
And in the ship was, we do everything what they did. We work in the kitchen, and we prepare the tables
on
for
the
the others, yes. And everything was ready. One next day came the other ones, we prepare everything for them. And it was, I enjoy very much. And my friends, which ones was with me, really enjoying that, and was really, really good time. We start, when the ship just left the shore from Bremerhaven, and while we have little tears, because really Europe, is where you're born, where you live, everything. You go out and you don't know where you even go. I know a little bit about Canada, but not much. Then, when we just see the shores, the last minute, everyone, say goodbye, Europe, and we was, mostly 1 week in the Atlantic Ocean. In the Middle Ocean, we have a St. Casimir, Šventas Kazimieras.
St. Kazimier's Day,
yes.
The patron saint of Lithuania.
Yes, and the Baronas, that journalist, and he was in the ship, and we made for him birthday, and we sung, and I, myself, Marchukaitis, 2 nice ladies, But Unite was, we make like a quartet.
Oh, yeah.
We sang in there all the time, and everybody enjoyed. On the deck, we come, we sing, and everybody listen. But in the middle of Atlantic was a really big storm. We have a little bit, in there scare because that ship, when it comes on the wave, makes a noise. Dur, 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 dur.
Well, those weren't like the Queen Mary or the Queen Elizabeth. They're little ships.
Right.
Yeah.
And some people, say, so the General Sturgis ship was 2 times broken in half.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it could happen nowadays,
Oh my God.
And we were a little scared, but anyway, the storm gone, everything was in a good shape again. And in couple nights, we start to see the ice. First was ice, and after we see the shore, the Halifax.
So what were your first impressions of Canada?
Yes, and the Halifax, when we reached the Halifax, our command, 29 men, we have to prepare the suitcases for everyone. My group was M, the biggest one. It was lots of work, and everybody coming, mostly ladies, and they get the suitcases, and after, when was everything finished, we went in the harbor, and we get some eat in there, but was regular, nothing special. Later on, we get the train, and with the train we start to journey to our camp.
So you went by train to Ontario?
Yes.
From Halifax?
From Halifax
It's a long way.
to Pembroke, and from our workplace was Rolton, where we stayed there, and it was really, really good. When we passing, from Halifax to Pembroke, and we saw the little houses, and by the house, stay car, and you say the house is not very nice looking, like small ones, and well, cheap looking, but a nice cars, and that's a surprise for us. Well, in the camp, we get a big surprise too, because when we get on the first lunch in there was something, like a big party.
Because you hadn't had so much food since
Well,
1944.
Well, from Lithuania, see, from 44 till 48, springtime, we didn't see such a thing, such a nice, big, dressed table with such a food. Everything in there. Apples, oranges, bananas.
Things you hadn't seen for
No. And what is surprised, all kind of steaks,
which
fish,
you also didn't see in the DP desk.
cakes. Yeah, and you eat and you don't know what to eat in there. And those people, who stay in the cafeteria, they serve the tables, and they just ask him, take what you want. We not understand very much, couple words only. But anyway, they smiling, they're so nice looking everyone. And they surprised maybe those people like from some place, they're hungry and they don't see such a thing. And for sure, from that time, we didn't see, nobody see, such a food, what we get, the first time.
Well, all of Europe was hungry during the war.
Yes, and but after, we think would be only the first day like that. But we see every day same thing. It's nothing changed. Every day was party and party and party. Well, it was hard work too, because we cleaning the stone, and there was lots, because job, we built the hydro station, and it was the big project to make a big dam across the Ottawa River. And this is the big river, and the shore from shore was, I think more than 1 kilometer was. And well, we had to work on the stones. Our instrument was big.
You did this with picks? You broke up the
Pick,
stones with
shovel.
and picks and shovels?
And shovel and touched
And wheelbarrows?
wheelbarrow, yeah, wheelbarrow.
Not exactly high-tech.
Yes, and was really hard was job when you need to break the stone. The special team, they drilling the holes in the stone, the granite, and after they put the dynamite and blowing up, and some pieces small, but some was big. And the big piece you can put in the wheelbarrow. You need to break. And you don't know how to break, The big hammer, you just banking, maybe 30, 50 times anyway. And those people with experience, the old workers, their works, and they maybe 3, 4 times banks, and the stone disappears in a half.
But you didn't have any experience in that one.
Yes, we don't know how to. And after they looking, and they just, some of them show with their fingers as the crazy DP, they don't know how to work here. After we says, no, this is something secret. We have to, to study the stone. Why they do, why we don't. And we start studying, because the stone have like a wood,
It has a grain.
grain, and should be maybe with the grain. We start in, and that's we get the secret. And the stone, same like they do, 4, 3 times, and big stone, comes in pieces. And well, after this is, maybe they have a heads. If they don't have a muscles, maybe they have a heads. And well, everything was good, but we work lots of overtimes, and we don't scare. I myself, I like to work because I enjoy. I like the country. I like the people. It's everything for me. Looks like this is what I need and where I come.
So can I ask, what were the conditions of the contract? You had contracted for 1 year to work on this hydro project.
Yes, 1 year, and well, was good. One time when I have a problem, I was tired. I worked lots of overtimes, and the foreman asked me to come like a Sunday to work overtime. Well, I was tired. The other ones, they don't like to work. I think, what for I have to? And he just says, okay, if you don't come Sunday, then you get 2 days off. I says, this is not right.
2 days without pay.
Yes. No. But you don't come at all in the work place. I says, this is not right. And well, I spoke with others. Says, well, you have to go, and to find the right
Mhm.
for yourself, you know. Well, I think what maybe I made mistake, but I didn't wrote this, you know, to my employer, you know, in there, you know, but I wrote that for labor minister.
You wrote to the labor minister
Yes,
in Ottawa.
in Ottawa, yes, and well, the minister, he just write a letter to my employer, right in there, you know, in the workplace. But he didn't tell me nothing. And that time he sent me to another place. It was really good. I liked that place, and work was different, you know, a little bit changed. And the same day came maybe agent or so from Ottawa and looked at me in there. But nobody tell me. Only when I came back in the evening to the camp, and the other one says, well, somebody looking from Ottawa.
Mhm.
You here, you know, and you was not here. Then he went back again. But my office, you know, where I belong, they didn't say nothing about. And in 2 weeks' time, I didn't hear nothing. I write again back.
Mhm. You
No.
wrote again to the
Yes.
labor minister.
Yes. And again, this renewed, you know, that conflict. Then after that, somebody come maybe again, but I was out from the camp, you know, to the other place. And well, I says maybe better to go to Ottawa. And Romas, he a little bit know the better English that time, and we went both together to Ottawa
How, did you take a train?
with the train, yes.
And you went to see the labor minister?
Yes, and he was really honest.
Do you remember, sorry, do you remember his name?
No. I think I have a letter, you
Mhm.
know, this letter. But the first time he was, well, says what we want and so, this is maybe not right for you. But, well, we have a right too. I says, this is, you know, the conflict, not big, but I think this is my right, you know. And okay, he says, well, the Hydro is big company, maybe you finish the contract. After that, Canada is the country. He explained, you know, sometimes it's hard with the jobs and so. And maybe you come back again to ask the job for the company. He was really honest after, and he really nice explained everything for us. I was satisfied very much with him. Came back, and I think he wrote the letter. Is everything okay? And this is finished, you know. And after we work with the other ones, I work, you know, in there. And in springtime, is nearly my contract finished, you know. They transfer me to another camp. Then I was later on Port Pine camp, I think so.
So you worked the year
On
through.
Nipigon River.
So you finished your contract for a year?
No, I work, I think 4 months later, you know,
Oh.
because I like. In the other camp
Oh,
was
more than a year.
yes. I want to finish. If I would be in a Ralton camp, after 1 year maybe I go out. You know, I finish and I don't like any more work. But in there was weather is worse than in Rolton, because in that place was really, really cold. The wind, and so, sometimes you go on a work in the morning and the face makes right away white, and you feel it's really bad, frost. Then, but was good foreman, and he says, we'll go in the barrack, get it warm a little bit and come back again. I do that. And later on, he says, you are a good worker, Felix. I give you another job. And he sent me to unload the cement from the wagons, And this was really a hard job. 2 weeks I worked in there. And a day I unload whole wagon.
A whole wagon?
Whole wagon. And it's really, really hard was. And after 2 weeks, I think, we have such a strong, big, men, and they just playing, and I have to work such a hard, I went to the foreman in the morning, always he says, Felix, come on. And he sends me, to unload those wagons there. And that morning I says, foreman, I worked 2 weeks, and it's a really hard job in there. Could we send somebody else in there and I could work here? He says, good. And he called the superintendent, and superintendent was big man, and to me looks he was in the Canadian Army, he was in Europe, and I think his rank was major. Smart man. And he just looked at me, I'm not big, and he says, okay, come on, I give you another job. And he took me to the lumber section, where it's lumbers, and that part was like a used lumbers with the nails. And there was one foreman, and he says, now you belong to this man, he's your boss, and you work with him. I satisfied very much, it was really, really good job. And I worked till August in there. And after we was 4, which ones want to go to Toronto.
Well, can I ask before we finish your time in the camps, do you remember how much you earned? How much money did you earn from that year?
Well, we beginning with 60 cents an hour.
This was in 1949? 48.
48, 49, yes. And, after, when I went in the Pine Portage, we get the 5 cents more. And the last month, we get 70 cents. But was good. We, like myself, I don't drink, and I like to save the money because the money was everything, like at this time too. And after I went to the foreman, I says, well, I want to quit, and I want to go to Toronto. Then we 4 quit the job. We got the pay, we got the documents, everything, recommendations. We left they like us, The company was really good, and they like us because we was good workers. And but they says, if you want sometimes to come back, always with the door open.
But it was hard work to stay in. I should imagine you wouldn't want to come back. There were 12 people killed on that project.
Well,
I heard
accident is all over, accidents, you never know. But anyway, I think mostly of us, they work hard, but everybody was happy. Myself, I was happy all the time. And when we came to Toronto, was again, start from the beginning.
Start all over.
That time was not easy to get the jobs. I get the job, but was not very good. I worked 3 months. After 3 months, they laid off because they don't have enough orders and so on, and they laid off lots of people, And those people, which ones last came, the first going out.
Was there unemployment insurance then? Or
Oh,
anything
yes.
to help you when you got laid off?
Oh yes, but well, we don't think about that,
You didn't
That
know
time.
about it.
and we don't know very much about it,
So you did nothing? When you were laid off, you didn't get anything?
Well, we're looking for another job. We're working, was not time. Well, some people they get, they
Mhm.
get unemployment insurance, but I didn't. I got another job with recommendations and the good jobs. I got the good jobs. I work in. My friends already work, in Continental Electric was really good, and good pay was, and nice job too. But after 1 year, they laid off because they don't get enough orders. I get another job, was in skating ring. I work 2 months in there. It was long hours and not much pay. I ask superintendent, while I'm working sometimes 12 hours and get paid for 8 hours, and this is a little too much. Well, he says, this is good job sometimes. Was really good. The all kind of people, young people, old people, and I was like a helper, if somebody falls down, you just go in there to lift it up, down. And when the hockey games, they make too much snow on the ice, you have to clean and fast. Sometimes coming jeep with a plow, and they scraping the ice, and you have to run, and lift the plow, and so on. It was interesting and nice job, mostly with always new people. But I think I need to go to school and so a little bit get more English. Then, well, he says, no, we don't make more money for you, but if you want to quit, okay, I pay for you everything. And yes, and the next day in the morning he came with the documents, with the money, he pay everything, Bye.
And then you went to
And
school?
they went, after that, I was unemployed maybe 3 weeks or so. But I never looked for unemployment, I looked for a job. And my good friends work in the continent, no, in diamond and gold factory. They make the rings, all kind of. I get a job in there, and I like that job very much. In 3 months' time, I run mostly machines in there. What they have lots, and they make for the rings, for the watches, they're from silver and sometimes
Same.
gold, get, to do mostly silvers. And the chains, for the...
But that must have been very hard work too.
Well, it was the first time what I got a job, was on the, by the sink, to clean the silver and steel, the bars. They was something 2 feet, and after they stretching them to the machines might be 8 feet long. And when they put them in the stone to make softer or so, burning them, and they have a rough tops, and you have to scrap them out with a Ajax brush
That's a bit
on water.
primitive.
Well, you have to do this, and one man working there 3 months, and I started with him. He was my boss, but he was a really lazy guy, and I worked 2 weeks with him, and after foreman came, when he makes one, I make 4 or 5, bars clean, and when he walks, I scared to see, if you put the egg on the head, never falls down. And after foreman gave me another job with the machine. I work with machine, and after another machine, and I passed 30 machines. And the last time I got the best machine, they just ordered from England, and was expensive machine, but you have to read the blueprints. I read the blueprints, and you set the machine by blueprints, by the instrument, and you sitting reading the paper or so, was really good. But same thing, was not enough orders, and they organized the factory, and they changed the staff in the factory, and was laid off.
So can I ask, when did you end up in the Army? I just found out today you were in the Canadian Army. When was that?
Oh, that was, I forget now.
Was that right after the camp, or after you'd been in Toronto for a while?
Oh, in Toronto. And I went in there, and I thinking maybe would be easy to get, something better job or so. Was good. I learned lots of things. I work with middle artillery. Two nights in a week.
You were in the
You go
reserve.
to the reserve, and I learned a lot. I work like how they call the technician on the artillery board to count the shootings. You get information from the captain, and you just you counting the board, and you make the targets.
So it's a new skill.
Yes, the new skill was nice, but I don't like this. My ears not very good, on artillery, it's
It's loud and it
Yes.
shatters your eardrum.
Right.
Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about what happened when you got a little bit more prosperous and you started your own business, did you? At some point?
Yes, this was 1951, and when I got laid off from that diamond and gold factory, I got a good friends. We work with the scouts. We start, in Toronto.
Lithuanian Scouts.
Lithuanian
organization.
Scouts, yes, and we get a good contacts with the Canadian. Toronto was the 23rd crew Rover Scouts, and they was really nice fellows. That leader Grenier was really good man, and when I looking for a job, one my friend from the Scouts, he says, anyway, you're looking for a job, maybe you want to go to business with us. I says, okay. Anyway, that time, to get a good job was not easy, you know. And I have not much money, but that time I have $3,000 saved, cash.
Oh my.
And he says, we have already store. We want to buy the big street, and so maybe business would be not bad. I joined together. We was 5 partners, and we 5 put together $15,000. I think if I lose that money, I am young, strong, I make again, you know.
That's not so. At 60 cents an hour, you made savings
Yes.
of 3,000. That's
Yes.
pretty good.
That's good. Well, I make in Toronto, you know. From hydro, I bring over $1,000.
You must have very good self-control.
Oh yes, yes.
You know how to save.
I know how to save, and that's we start business too. We just would save, you know, because that time nobody gives the, credits. The bank, the factories, you know, and the store itself was really poor, in really poor condition. But with the hard work, we renewed the store with the new windows, everything. Mostly we work ourselves in there, and was good partners. Everybody wants to work, and little by little, and 1 year gone, another year, and always, coming better and better. Was not bad, and we never do for our government, I think, bad thing, because we never look for a job, and so we find a job, and we work 33 years. 33 years. And it was good. We pay everything. We never left, when we sold, that made a time that we pay everything, all credits, what we get, everything.
You never
for
left
the
any
bank,
debt sewing.
Nothing. And we save money for everyone, for us too.
And now you are retired, I believe?
Yes, now
And
it's
you-
already retired.
But you have 2 children still going
I
to
have
university.
3 children.
3 children going to university.
2 go to university. My daughter is 3rd year. My son 2 years. And the 3rd one is in 11th grade in St. Michael's school. And they are not bad.
But they'll have an easier life, I hope, than their father.
Yes, I think so, because, I save little money. My wife, too, she works now. She works in the library, and she's still working. It's not bad. Now the life is easy. Only, worry about the children.